Welcome back to Marcus at Work Media. So I don't care what the streaming numbers say. I don't care what the stands keep trying to sell us with how well these albums are put together. I don't care about all the cosigns from the celebrities, co-signing the boy and all of this. I don't care what all of these individuals are trying to brainwash us to believe that this is the best album yet. Not only the best album from Drizzy, but better than GNX, better than The Fall Off, the best album of this year. And of course it's charting because he put out 3 fucking albums in order to treat the charts like an algorithm in order to get above the numbers. All of this said, let me be clear. Drake's music is the epitome of fast food. Drake's music is not quality, it's all quantity. It's not only trash, but I would go as far as to say the worst. That's right, the worst.
40 songs. 40 plus songs. Drake, please. Kendrick literally said, go do your shadow work. And in response, you said, yeah, I'm gonna give the public homework. I'm not listening to all of that. I just got through Habibti, or however you say that album. And that was the shortest one, mind you, and it was a struggle for me because the entire project sounds the exact same from start to finish. If you haven't listened to Habibti, or however the hell you say that, let me give you a little preview. This is what it sounds like. And talking about how he's underappreciated, overlooked, and he buys the girls the Birkins. Enough! Can I get something new? You took the Chris Brown route. Really, I'm telling you, quantity does not equal quality. You have not made anything new, I would argue, since 2016. That is what Kendrick was saying from the very beginning, is that you just be recycling the same thing over and over again and mooching off a culture that don't belong to you. Oh, okay. So before you goons even try to jump in this video or my DMs, keep it cute. Keep it cute. Because I'm here for artistry. This is not artistry. I don't know what this is, but it seems like a trauma response more than it is art. And I'm gonna just keep it there. I don't like this.
Now, as the sister said, after 2 years, he decided to give us homework with these 3 albums. And that's ridiculous to try to listen through all of this. I'm not even going to bother. I listened to a couple tracks on each and I was done. My time is more valuable. People are claiming hours of their day, hours of their life, and they're not getting that back, trying to give ICEMAN, Habibti, and Made to Honor a fair shake far as listening quality and are disappointed every single time.
Yeah, you need to be canceled because you're
biggest Drake writer of all time. Listen, I don't even be listening. No, because that's the thing. I'm not even a Kendrick guy. I'm not like, oh, Kendrick's better than Drake. No. I said what I said. All right, this girl is so mad at me. Because I said that if some dude is coming out with 3 albums all at once, he did not try hard enough. Yeah, there is no reason why you should be able to come out with that many songs that quick. There's people that spent 5 years on an album. On one album. He did 3 in like what, 2 years, 3 years?
Have you listened
Wait, when was his last album?
Have you listened to Habibti?
Money on the beach, a bang. All of my ups, they're dead. Why do they gas me up? Where does it go, my head?
Alright, you're just being disrespectful.
I'm not a Drake hater, bro. I like some of Drake's music. Just not that song. You're telling me you're going to bump that shit unironically? And listen, she fits the stereotype. She drives a BMW.
We know you didn't even try. You didn't. Maybe a little bit on ICEMAN, but the other 2, come on, we know you did not try. See, the problem is he's trying to create the old sound. He heard all the comments and all the feedback. People saying they want the old Drizzy. They want the old Drizzy sound. But we're not going to get that, okay? We just not. But I guess this is a version of that, and then he tried to separate different audiences. Since Drake, his appeal to so many different genres, age ranges, and all of that, he's trying to people please everybody. A little hip hop on ICEMAN, a little bit of house music on Made of Honor, and then whatever the fuck he was doing international wise with the Habiti, and he thought, listen, I got it down packed. And I would argue he's failed on every account.
I think the thing about Drake's 3 album drop is that it proves that he didn't really have a lot to say. I listened to like 1.5 of them, and then my husband and I both came to the consensus that it wasn't really worth it to listen to. So we had a lot of Aaron today, and he was like, I want to listen. I was like, sure. I haven't heard of anybody dropping 3 albums. So I kind of had the assumption that one of these albums would be like a throwaway list. And then I came to the conclusion, kind of like when Morgan Wallen dropped his 40-song album. Like, one of these songs is going to blow up on the internet, and one of these songs is going to do good on whatever type of chart, or maybe like 3 or 4. And then he's going to get like a handful that he'll tour with, and they're just going to look at the data for this, right? This is not about actually putting out a body of work. This is about essentially gaming the system, which is why people also compare him to Taylor Swift, and which I sometimes still take issue with, because I'm like, at least Taylor Swift will give you a story. At least Taylor Swift will maybe not take you through there. That's not the phrase I want to use, but she'll give you something, okay? And this was a whole lot of nothing. Like, at one point in the album where it's like you could see the lady's eyes, but there's like tape on it, he's like talking to a girl, and he's like, what are we? Bitch, you're 40. I do mean that disrespectfully. Like, how are you running around and still asking people, what are we? At 40, technically 39. And he's been doing the same thing for the past 15 years. Damn near going on 20. Right? He had his first album come out when he was 24, I think. But he might have written it when he was like 23, 22. And now you're almost 40. Still asking girls, what are we? And I have to make the assumption that these are young girls. I'm hoping legal. So I'm going to say like 21, 22, because you're flying across state lines. You're saying you're going to go to Spain, right? And like take her around, show her around. It doesn't sound like an itinerary, right? I feel like any girl over the age of 23, especially when you consider the fact like he allegedly likes educated people, they want an itinerary. They don't want to waste their time. And it's like, that's what this is, like a waste of time. And I think there are some songs on one of the albums, I don't know which one, that are maybe a little bit more fun, but most of the songs I heard still sound like they're made for a 2016, 2019 audience, which brings me to my closing statement that Drake and Chris Brown, I didn't listen to Chris Brown's album, so I don't have much to say on him. But Drake and Chris Brown are stuck in this Peter Pan syndrome where they peaked in a nostalgic year that people keep going back to. And unfortunately, those people are very loud online because they also don't understand that they're not part of youth culture, just as much as Drake does not understand that he's not a part of youth culture. Also, the fact, again, he's 40, 39, whatever. There has been a shift, and the change of guard has not been as successful because of streaming and because of platform manipulation and all sorts of things, that the music industry hasn't been able to build a titan the way that they previously had. I said this years ago, I kind of take it back, but Doja Cat was like probably on her way to being one of the last great pop stars we had if she didn't hate her fans. That's a whole other thing. But nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to work as hard for it, partially because the reward just isn't there the same way that it used to be. And the constant interaction with fans is insane, which goes back to, again, the nostalgia of fans who are millennials and maybe older Gen Z, who remember when Drake was at the peak of his career and the pinnacle of success, or what we saw as success at that point. And they keep gassing him up, but the shit was trash.
And it just showcased how much he is stuck in the Peter Pan syndrome with his artistry. What do you make of this? Are we just being a hater here? Which, I mean, could be. I don't deny it, but here's the thing. Shouldn't it deserve a little hate? You suing hip hop? See, here's the thing. If you wasn't suing hip hop and you put out these albums, you didn't do all the antics, you didn't put Kendrick kids in the lawsuit, you didn't do all the nonsense after the battle before you drop, listen, I would probably have a different perspective, but you did do those things. So I have to weigh those things with what I'm hearing. So I can't separate the music from the man. The two are connected. And the weird behavior and all that added with, you're doubling down on the slave line, like it's too much to happen for me just to take the music as face value without weighing it against all the other things that has happened. So in that regard, it's going to get a little hate. And I'm sorry to Drake fans, but I'm not really. I don't give a fuck about Drake fans. I have to consider these things with the music. And miss me with the numbers, miss me with the streaming, miss me with the machine that is helping all these numbers, because in the quality of music, it makes no difference. What do you guys make of this? You tell me. Put your comments below. Let's talk about it. This is Marcus at Work Media, and I'm out this bitch.